Hey everybody, what's up? This is James, otherwise known as Retro Kid Reviews, with all my figure forms. I'm only missing like I think two total. One of them is behind the TV and it's gonna take a while to get it, so work with what you got, right? Anyway, today is my Ahsoka review. For those who don't know, one of the cast members passed away during the production of this, Wayne Winstone. Last time I talked about him here on the channel was my tribute review for him for Punisher Warzone, so a card there. However, we're gonna have to hold this review for another minute, mainly because another celebrity passing I didn't think was ever gonna be a thing happened this week as well. This kind of hit a little home because, for those who don't know, I have best friends who used to be on the channel in the AJKW amateur wrestling promotion we were trying to do here for the channel. And for the life of us, we knew one of the big stars for the WWE, if there was anybody to rival or succeed. Undertaker was Bray Wyatt. So, I'm going to keep this brief as much as I can. First and foremost, he passed away, this week at the age of 36. No word yet what happened to him. He had, like, years and years of, like, mental health problems, so, I mean, go with that what you will, how you feel, what went down. I honestly feel like, I'm going to try to keep this business as oriented as much as I can. I feel like Bray always got, like, a raw deal. After Brody Lee a few years ago, unironically, it was the same year my dad also passed away, so this is, you know, a little haunting for me, in case you could tell. I don't know, I feel like Bray could have been that next, like, peak of, like, a supernatural level kind of star, and wow, my 4K is not working with me today, sorry in advance, guys. Yeah, I always thought he would be that guy, and I guess the same thing like with JDF last year. You don't know who you get when they go into the bag, and I guess it was the same case here with Bray, and I really wished it wasn't. So, that all being said, and what I guess counts as not how I would tribute Bray, I would love to have his figure someday as a tribute review. Till then, moment of silence for both him and Wayne Winstone for this review. Okay, so with that out of the way, my overall thoughts with Ahsoka Season 1, Episodes 1 and 2 are fantastic. There is no denying it. If you've seen Ahsoka's entry cameos during The Mandalorian, you're still getting exactly what you got. I think what I said when those episodes were new at the time is basically, Rosario Dawson is basically the spinning image of the older Ahsoka Tano that you've probably seen since, like, the Clone Wars or even Rebels. Speaking of Rebels, there are Rebels adjacent characters. One of whom I want to do a quick shout out, I guess birthday shout out as well, for Natasha Lu Bazadio. If I got her name right, my apologies in advance, like usual. Yeah, her version of Sabine looks fantastic. I didn't sit around through most of the final season of Rebels, but just on these first two episodes alone, you can definitely tell, like, the weight of how their ending ended with Ezra being missing with space wells and stuff like that. Yeah, that thing from Mandalorian had a whole lore to it. Kind of funny, already did their screencast with It's Too Early's Sage Ryan and Anthony Carboni. Carboni had a lot more to say about Rey's character. I think it's Bellic, not Bellic. My apologies again. It's been a while. Balin Sorghum. And Balin looks pretty good. He's actually a very decent villain coming into this series. Again, much like everyone, I kind of wished Rey would have saw the final product, because he does a pretty good reluctant former Jedi having to do survival stuff, kind of like what you saw in, like, Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor now, for the Cameron Monaghan adaptation for Cal Kestis timeline of the in-between, I guess, main and original trilogy stuff. So again, you see what you're getting there. His Padawan, I forgot her name off the top of my head. She is fierce. You can absolutely tell they've definitely, this production has definitely learned lessons from Obi-Wan. Speaking of, Mary Elizabeth Wilson, I didn't had time to talk about this, I guess, when Birds of Prey was coming out. I guess married Ewan McGregor, because she looks great as Hera. from Rebels. Almost everything about her first two episodes is definitely what a general would be doing after like the rebellion, having to do the day-to-day stuff, just like most Rebels cast members would probably do. I think Zeb was in an episode of Mandalorian, so let me know in the comments if I was right about that, especially when that review was out at the time. Ultimately, both these episodes are great. Also, yeah, speaking of Hera over here, you get to see Chopper. It was really cool. It was a really good dogfight in episode 2. I'm just lumping both episodes together because they are a 2-episode premiere when this was new for the platform for Disney Plus. And if you're a fan of Rebels or have been like fighting for Ahsoka's relevance as a character post Clone Wars, you are definitely feasting. This is basically the finish line for that kind of representation to that side of the Star Wars fandom, that I think everyone could agree on. And the plot is fairly simple. I think the rival she had in her Star Wars episodes, hence why I got the Mighty Morphin figure over here. For those who don't know, that character she fought in her debut Mandalorian episode was actually a castmate of Michael Askey's Sensei. Retro trailer there, in case you want to know. I think Mike himself talked about it in his social medias when it was new at the time. So again, not just a random thing I usually do here. Speaking of Tokyo adjacent stuff, my overall thoughts with like Mandalorian armor and stuff like that gives me more like Kamen Rider vibes and stuff like that. And same could be said here with Sabine, but really more of like a late Heisei era kind of approach for my Tokusatsu audience over there. Ultimately, should you see these 2 episodes? Yeah, why not? It does set the groundwork for a decent 8-episode series. You get an idea what you're getting into for the next 6 weeks coming up. And if I had time to do a proper rating for both episodes, for both of them, they're easily 9 out of 10s. And another huge thing I think kind of funny screencast mentioned that I forgot to mention at the top of this episode. They actually did a Star Wars usual ticker crawl, basically lore down, Star Wars crawl, and that was really cool. I didn't think they'd do it after all this time, with all the shows. I thought they'd be adjacent from it, but I guess not in Dave Filoni's case. And yeah, speaking of Filoni, this character and everything with Clone Wars and Rebels has been his baby long before Mandalorian was a thing, and you can definitely tell this was the passion project that he wanted to do with his crew and with his production team, probably since day one. Like, the plan was probably to always get maybe not Rosario, but somebody to do a live action adaptation of Ahsoka's story after and during the sagas. I don't know. That being said, if you're coming in blind, I do unfortunately have to say there is some required reading, or I guess in this case watching with Rebels and stuff like that. I'm almost certain Disney Plus will probably have you curate some sort of binge like criteria list of anything with their groupings. As far as their platform goes. So, rambling more than usual, what did you think of this 2-episode premiere? And I would love to know your thoughts about Bray Wyatt in the comments down below, especially also for Ray Winstone, of how he was after, mainly the big stuff he was doing in his life, how he was as a character actor, and same here for Bray Wyatt, how you feel about the loss of both of them. Coming into this review, please let me know in the comments down below. And with my 4K fizzling out than usual, this is Retro Kid Reviews with my entire, almost entire figure form saying, may the force be with you, to the Star Wars fan base for finally having a decent TV show after a long time. I know Star Wars is getting better TV with like Andor and most of the back half of Mandalorian Season 3. Star Wars is in a good light for once in a long time, and I hope it keeps up that kind of traction for the next couple of weeks. And like I said with Secret Invasion, I'm only going to come back for the finale. I'm going to watch it week to week. I'll probably do like a Tumblr post explaining my thoughts on big stuff if anything happens. Again, same thing like in Book of Boba Fett when there was like Mandalorian cameos. I will probably just leave it as a short if anything else. And until then, end cards coming up to the, I guess, current roster of soon-to-be figure forms here to my previous review here, or my upcoming review for Resident Evil Dead Island, whichever comes out this weekend, and other figures here to my upcoming Critical Role short for episode 70, semi-long episode, but they stuck the landing on combat. I'll leave it there on the shorts as well. So with that all being said, take care, subscribe, may the, I guess, power protect you on the Power Ranger side of things, and may the Force protect you for Star Wars fans for Ahsoka Season 1, and to Rosario Dawson, to the team, I mourn your loss for Ray Redstone like everybody else, and yeah, Dave, you finally pulled another miracle. Like you're just a winning machine, dude, seriously. And to Bryce family and everybody, our heart goes out to you, and in this hopefully not as traumatic time. So, yeah, this is gonna be a hard one this week, but hey, what are you gonna do?